This is Corolla Digital.
Hey guys, it's Skip.
And Alison Bedell.
We're really happy to be part of Corolla Digital and to bring you our first podcast. The first bunch of episodes were recorded earlier in the year as we thought we'd be launching them back then. So you may hear some things talked about that seem untimely with what's going on right now.
Also, in the first dozen episodes, we recorded some segments where we talk about other things that we thought fans would love to hear, but it made the podcast way too long.
So you may notice that on occasion, something seems like it's missing, and that's because we cut some of it out of the podcast.
But in the meanwhile, we'll be taking listener questions from Facebook and Twitter and add things as we figure out what works and what you want to hear.
Until then, sit back and enjoy
Hammer and Nails.
Welcome to Hammer and Nails with Skip and Alison Bedell.
And we are back.
Hey!
How we doing today, guys?
Hi, I'm Alison.
I am Skip, and you'll know us from our show Catch a Contractor on Spike TV. And we want to thank you all for listening in onto our podcast.
Yes, we are the Bedells. Thank you so much for listening to Hammer and Nails. We love you guys for coming back. What are we going to talk about?
We're talking about some of the stuff that we got going on. Let's do what we got going on first, right?
All right. Yeah, I noticed lately we've been getting so long-winded in our stories of what we've been up to that we never got around to anything else for a little bit of a while now.
Yeah, we run out of time. So yeah, we have an order of segments that we were hoping to stick to, starting out with what's going on, you know, in our week and in our lives and stuff that's trending in the news.
I know. I don't want to.
And then, of course, my favorite segment, What the Fuck?
Yeah.
Because everybody has something that happens in their life every once in a while that just makes you say, What
the fuck
is going on?
Yeah, we've been storing up some What the Fucks as they've been going on.
Yeah, we got a few little backlog of What the Fucks, right?
Yeah, backlog.
All right, so let's talk about what's going on.
Okay. Last week, we went to the premiere of Adam's documentary, Winning.
Yeah.
What is it, The Racing Life of Paul Newman?
It is. It's a documentary that Adam Carolla did that's just unbelievable. This movie is just, we were so impressed with it. It basically talks about the life of Paul Newman in regards to his racing career, auto racing career.
We watched it last year in Adam's, what is it? It's like his office, his viewing room. Right. I don't know what it is, but we watched it at his house, and we saw it before it was completed, but it was...
It's like a rough cut. But
it was really good, and we enjoyed it.
So impressed at that time.
Yeah, so we were waiting to go to this premiere because I just want to talk about the preparation and shopping for it.
Well,
and getting clothes.
You could incorporate shopping into...
Well, no, it was an important part of the night because there was like a red carpet thing there.
Function, yeah. You can work out somehow to go shopping, like, you know,
there were a lot of celebrities there, and when you make a public appearance somewhere and there's like a red carpet and cameras, you want to be duly prepared with the proper attire.
I got my Levi's and my Timberlands and my flannel shirt. And
we had the Tito Ortiz inspired outfit.
The working man.
You had the Tito Ortiz inspired outfit.
That's true. Tito's a sharp dressed guy.
He's very sharp.
And lately we've been doing some function with him. You guys have probably heard us talk about it on other podcasts and Bellator stuff and all kinds of stuff with him. And him and Amber are just awesome people. But he's got this thing, man. He wears these beautifully tailored suits. And lately we've been seeing him wear just a vest and the suit pants with a great shirt and tie. It's really classy looking. And so I kept saying, man, you know, I used to wear a lot of suits back in the day to occasions and stuff, and haven't really been in the suit thing lately, you know. I'm kind of doing like the dressed up casual. So you
looked really sweet in what you ultimately told. We talked about grandpa
the vest,
pants.
Right? We went with the vest look. I'm like, you know what? I'm really digging how the vest thing looks. Let me try that out for this red carpet.
And we talked about the grandpa pants last week and how happy I was that you ultimately chose the jeans.
Well, you know, you keep calling them grandpa pants, but I mean, you know, when men wear suits, they are tailored pants that match the jacket. That's why they call it a suit.
All right, well, when you end up getting your pants specially tailored for your cute ass, then maybe I'll change my mind. But those pants that you have in that closet are grandpa pants. Oh my God. I never want to see them again.
They are the pants to a suit that I have that you like.
Right, well, you need to get rid of it. It's really it's so unappealing. So anyway, you looked so hot, though. Okay, so we did this little red carpet thing, and we took some really... Well, we didn't take them, but some of the pictures that we saw online came out amazing. Yeah. 2 of which were from Getty, which They always seem to have the best pictures.
Well, every red carpet we've done, Getty Images is just like they're basically they have some great photographers there, and they always take great pictures.
Right. And what pisses me off about it,
we'd order a bunch of pictures from them before.
When we did red carpet at Guys' Choice Awards, I went online. I went to try to get buy the license because you don't own the picture, but you can get a license to use it. None of the categories that I was looking at qualified. I just wanted it for me, for us. You know what I mean? Like for our personal use. I didn't want to use it to sell anything or whatever. So I ended up communicating with them. I contacted them, and they gave me some great reduced price. It was like $50 or whatever, and I got the picture of us. So now this time around, I went to go do that.
Quality pictures.
It's the full digital file. Quality, yeah. So this time around, I'm like, oh my God, great picture. There's 2 of them we love. And I went online, and again, same thing, no category that would fit into just us having a picture of ourselves. So I went to the chat live, online with an agent over there, and he said that they have since changed their policies, and
it's now $1 million.
It was $220 for each picture, which I'm still I still haven't bought the license for it yet because I'm so cheap, but I'm pissed.
It's not.
It'll be $440 for 2 pictures of us.
So listen, to get you can spend tens of thousands of dollars on a photo session with a great photographer. Mm-hmm. Let's face it, if you want really good pictures, you got to pay. But it's like the principle of it, right? It
is. It's like
all right. So we had handed one of the people there that were working the room for the red carpet and all that. We gave him our iPhone and said, take some pictures. And some of the pictures that he took of us coming through the carpet were awesome, right?
But he wasn't in front of us with a flash either. It was, it was different.
But, not quite the quality of what you get, like the professional,
it was a nice picture.
Super doopy, whammy, high-end cameras, So anyway, so great pictures.
So we don't have the picture, and I'm pissed. So go online and look at them. If it says Getty Images,
you're going to wind up buying them.
Maybe somebody will give it to me for my birthday or Christmas or fucking something. Because I'm
let's
so
start a
hesitant.
GoFundMe fund to buy our pictures.
Buy me a picture of me.
$1 million.
Because I'm just so cheap. I don't want to do it. It's just it would kill me to spend $440 on those 2 pictures. It just kills me.
Well, so listen, let's get to the real matter at hand here.
Oh,
it's not all about us.
No. You know what? But
let's
what
talk about Adam's premiere.
No, I did one more thing about the red carpet that I wanted to talk about, which was I think you might have forgotten about already.
What?
That by the time we got down to the end of it, and people were interviewing people, because there was other people on the carpet, and you and I were like, "Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?" There was a shit ton of people that we did not recognize, and some of them were getting interviewed at the end of the line.
Right.
Well, nobody asked to interview us, and we ended up discovering nobody knew who the fuck we were. I'm like, you're here for Adam Carolla. We're co-hosting a show with him that is currently on TV, and nobody knew who we were.
Yeah, I think somebody dropped the ball on that.
I'm like, does anybody know who Adam Carolla is, or what he does, or what?
So if anybody knows Adam Carolla and watches our show, they would know who we are. And evidently, the people doing the interviewing were not familiar with us.
I just found that baffling. Not like everybody should know who we are, but if you're there for Adam, you should know who we are.
Right.
At the very least.
Hey, do you know who I am?
I know, right? Do you know who I am? I'm not sitting in that seat.
Do you know who I am?
Give me a better seat. Do you know who I am?
No, we never played the celebrity card. We're still not like that.
No, I'm talking about the thing we went to go see the movie, Road Hard. The guy who tried to put us in the back of the room.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sitting there.
Yeah. As it turned out, there were better seats than what he put us up front, so close to the stage, front row. And my neck, I had to break my neck and look up at the screen. All right. Oh my God! So front row in this particular genre was
no good.
Yeah, this application doesn't quite
not
work
for that venue.
Yeah, you always want to be front row, right? But not when you got to look at a screen that's directly over your head.
That was a mistake. But we ended up fixing it.
All right, so let's talk about the premiere.
So there were, before the movie.
All right, so Adam has been working on this movie for God knows how long. It's a labor of love. It's his passion. He loves vintage racing cars. He loves everything that has to do with Paul Newman's racing cars specifically.
He owns a lot of
them. He owns, I got to say, a good chunk of the vintage Nissans and Datsuns that are out there, which is what Paul Newman raced.
Yeah. Now, I've never been into racing or any of that. I'm really not into it. I mean, I can appreciate it like a nice car. I I like to drive a nice car. I don't have one, but I would like to.
We've both been to his warehouse and his showroom and / museum that he's built, this monument to all of his race cars. I think he's got like something like
I have to fix your hair before I leave.
40 plus.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at your haircut right now. I just want to tell you so we don't forget before I leave.
Yeah.
I gotta fix the fade right over here. It's like one level and then it goes out to another.
Will you stay on point just for a second? Okay.
I'm just saying. I see it, and if I don't say it now, I'm going to fly away tonight. I'm leaving in an hour.
Well, it's going to be live on forever on the internet right now on our podcast.
Well, you need your haircut fixed. I'm sorry.
All right. So Adam Carolla. Back to the...
Well, we don't need to talk about the whole entire documentary.
So the movie was awesome. Just to let you guys know, if you haven't seen it by now, by the time you're listening to this podcast, go out and order it. It's all over online.
It was a nice movie.
It's called Winning. It's really an amazing work that he has put together. All these different interviews with just tons and tons of famous people that were friendly and raced cars and were in Paul Newman's life. And it was really so informative. Right? Like, I felt like I learned so much about Paul Newman and like his racing career.
And even if you didn't really weren't a fan or a follower of his movies, it was still a good documentary anyway, because you would think of Paul Newman anyway as just like an actor. But as
it's not just an actor. He's one of the most infamous actors. He's one of the...
He's obviously, that's what I'm saying. That's what this movie brings about, is it shows who he was.
But people only think of him really so much for that, and of course for his salad dressings.
So
wasn't that cool in the movie, though? They talked about the foundations that he started, the Paul Newman Foundation, and raising the money. Every dollar that's made from all the salad dressing he makes, and it's hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that he donates every single dollar to charity. And he's taken that money and built camps all around the world. I think there's something like 15 camps in different countries where they take in poor kids and educate them and give them a shot at life. So really an amazing philanthropist and all the things that he's accomplished. So anyway, so the movie was great.
Long-winded today.
So we went to the premiere, and the premiere, just the whole premiere was so cool, right? Roosevelt Hotel.
We had a good time.
We at the El Capitan Theater was where they showed the movie, which is this old, super historical movie theater in Hollywood.
And you know what? I don't think I was telling you while we were watching the movie in the theater with all the people that went to the premiere. Do you remember we saw somebody to the left in front of us, a number of rows in front of us to the left, and you can see them holding up their phone like this, and they're recording, and I'm thinking, those cheesy motherfuckers had the nerve to do some piracy in this premiere, that they were invited to, I was just blown away, oh my God, that is the cheesiest cheap thing I've ever seen. So then I come to find out this past week, because I was communicating with Gary, producer on Adam's podcast, he was communicating with Gina Grad. He had a picture of her filming the intro, when we in this theater, there was that big grand thing, where it showed something really old.
The stage was amazing with the big curtains.
Beautiful. She was filming that, and he was taking a picture of her filming that, and it was her with the phone. I mean, she wasn't filming the documentary. I know, cheesy motherfuckers, and it was her just doing the beginning of the theater opening. So nobody was filming.
That was really an amazing night, and then the after party at the Roosevelt Hotel right next door. It was just great.
That was nice, and there were a lot of fans there of Adam who knew who we were, and they were so awesome.
The fans were great. Too. I mean, a lot of the people that came to this premiere were invitations, of course. But then, of course, there was people that bought tickets for it as well. And so they got to come to the after party as well. And it turned out there was tons of Catch a Contractor fans there. And everybody was just so nice. We want to thank everybody that came out that night and met with us and, asked for pictures. And everybody was just really complimentary. What? Everybody was very complimentary about our show and said great things. So it was just nice to meet the fans out there.
Yeah, that was a really good time. We had a nice time. And we stayed until my feet couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, you were wearing these crazy heels, which I got to tell you, you have some awesome long legs, and mini skirt and heels on you is like magic. Like stuff starts to happen. It's I mean, not to say that you're not sexy in a pair of flip flops, and you could wear a paper bag and you'd be smoking hot, but. Man, put you in a short skirt and high heels, and it's a game changer.
Yeah, I like what I wore that night. I was really happy with it, and my feet though. It was an element of torture the later it got. So and oh my God, I just want to say that food right? We are so fucking smart. We stand like in front of the door where the food comes out.
We're starving.
We hadn't eaten all day.
We were on our feet the entire day, running, doing stuff for the show, and just like the craziest, longest day.
Longest day ever. We didn't even eat. I think I flew in that morning, didn't I?
Yeah.
I flew in that morning from New York.
It was nonstop.
Yeah, we didn't eat.
You took like the red eye or something.
Yeah, that was what
you
it
had
was.
been up for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
I don't even know how long I'd been up. We didn't eat the entire day.
Yeah.
So by the time we finally get to this premiere, we are starving.
And we didn't know that there was not going to be food in the first portion at the red carpet before. We thought they were going to be coming out with
so the red carpet was just like,
there was no food.
Just drinks or whatever.
Yeah.
There was no food there at all. So I'm like, man, I'm hungry.
Right.
When
Then we got to the theater.
Yeah.
And they had popcorn.
And then we watched the movie. And when we first got to the movie theater, we go in, there's no food. And I'm like, all right, I just got a bucket of popcorn.
Yeah,
and I just jammed the entire thing in my face. It was like, it was popcorn
like
flying.
Nuts at the bottom
popcorn
of it all.
in my hair, down my shirt. I'm
bad.
like stuffing it in my face up
you
my
get, like,
nose.
Little pieces stuck on your beard. Yeah, so then by the time we got to the party, we were absolutely starving. So then we found the source of the hors d'oeuvres.
Well, yeah, there was a cocktail waitress walking around all over the place.
There was a few of them, but they came out of these double doors.
Salmon and sushi and like filet mignon. And I'm like, whoa, where's that coming from?
Yeah.
And then we found the door.
Yeah, and we hang out there.
Like the little ants that come out of the anthill.
We're like the party crashers that nobody invited, but we want all the food.
That's where they get the food from.
Yeah, so if you didn't get any and you were at the party, it's because we ate it all. We grabbed so many sticks.
Yeah,
those shish kebab sticks.
We posted up like right in front of the door. Yeah. As soon as those double doors came flapping open, we're like, hey, you, where are you going?
Whoa. Yeah. So we were eating multiples of everything. That was really good. It was good.
I had like a handful of skewer sticks that were empty.
There's like evidence
that once like held 5 pieces of steak, and now they're just like stripped off in one bite.
You have to like lose those sticks so that nobody knows like who the loser is.
So great party, great night. The movie was awesome. Go out and see Winning. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Adam Carolla just has outdone himself once again.
So then that night, Lynette looked amazing too. She looked so good.
She always looks good.
The kids were
She's
there.
like you. Like, I don't know how you two do it. Like how you pull it off. Seriously, like, and you're like, I have a bad hair day. My makeup. Like,
you know what?
You're always complaining. You're critical about the way you look, but you are like.
No, somebody was not happy with the way I looked, and it was that same guy who thinks I look like a man. He thinks I am a man, I should say. He thinks I'm a man. I just saw I saw today on Lynette's post of the picture of the two of us. He said something like,
"It's the same guy. You know his name?"
No, I don't know who it is, but it's whoever. I mean, how many? I mean, I would imagine it's the same guy. I have multiple people who think I'm.
There's not more than one person out there.
Yeah. So he said something like,
"Thinks you're a man."
What was the comment? He said something like, "I think one of you has somebody's hiding a penis," or something like that. And then I wrote, "But I bet mine's bigger than yours."
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a great response.
Okay.
Now, I never really encourage you to respond because there's always going to be haters out there. Everybody knows that social media is full of haters and they have nothing better to do. So we don't even respond. In fact, if you write something stupid like that, we're just going to delete you or block you or whatever. It's not even worth the time. But I read what you wrote, and that was pretty funny.
Yeah. I don't care what people say. It's like
actually, I do have a dick, and it's probably bigger than yours.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the one that my husband's standing behind me and sticking between my thighs.
Oh, my God.
Come say it to his face now, bitch.
That's pretty funny.
You know, none of these people have they would never say that to your face. Everybody's like a tough guy with a keyboard. You know what I mean? It's like, it just makes me laugh because you can imagine like the level of loser that says something like that to people online because he just doesn't have the balls to say it to your face.
I posted something on my Instagram. It's a picture of a lion, a male lion with a big mane.
I saw that. That was a few weeks ago.
Face is all bloody and gnarled up and stuff. And it says, "Everybody wants to be a beast until it comes time to do what real beasts do."
Word.
Yeah, and that's true. Everybody's got a big mouth until all of a sudden you're faced with a person that's about to kick the shit out of you.
Speaking of that, let's move forward to what we did last night. We finally, we have been in the weeks and weeks. It's been in the making. We've been trying to make plans with Adam and Lynette.
Yeah.
And so they make plans with us.
That's like impossible.
And then one will make plans with us. And then the other one will break it. And then we make it for the next week. And the other one will break it because they have not been communicating with each other so well as far as their plans because between everything he's been doing with the documentary and things she's been doing with the Mangria, they've been really fucking busy.
Let's think for a moment who we're talking about. This is probably the busiest guy in the business, right? We know for a fact that the man is ridiculously busy. Right. He's got 100 projects going on.
Right. Well, everybody knows that. If they're
Renette's running around and the kids and everything else. So yeah, I'm amazed they ever make plans with us.
Yeah. So, but they have broken plans with us 3 weeks in a row now. So.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so we were working with Adam last week, and when Lynette sent me the text, I showed it to him. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, you know what? Because she had something to do to go to a friend's birthday party. So he's, you know what? He's like, let's just hang out anyway. He goes, I like us. Let's just hang out, the three of us. You come over. We got the kids. We'll go out. We'll get Mexican. We're like, great, finally. He's like, yeah, we'll watch a movie afterwards. So we went out to dinner last night with him and the kids. We went to an amazing Mexican restaurant. The food was so good. Adam's treat, thank you very much.
Thanks, Adam.
And then we went back to his house, and he put on The Hammer, the movie that he made in 2007.
What an awesome movie.
I was shocked. I had actually purchased the movie prior on Amazon Prime, but I hadn't watched it yet because I was like saving it to watch it when I was on the plane and I couldn't fall asleep.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched it yet.
If you guys haven't seen The Hammer, great flick. Check it out. It's a boxing movie, and it was funny. It's a romantic comedy, but it's great.
It wasn't because he's our friend. It wasn't because we know him. It was just a good movie, and I'm like shocked that it didn't do better. That he's kind of like me in the way like people either like love him or hate him, and same thing with me. I think people.
Well, that's because you have a chronic case of bitch face, though.
I do have bitch face. I have standing bitch face. I know I look like a bitch, and sometimes I can be a bitch, but if you're deserving of it,
bitch face. Though
I do have the bitch face, and though I think that a lot of people don't like me, and I understand that, and that's fine.
Well, you know what? Because you say what's on your mind. You speak your mind, and
I'm aggressive. I'm assertive, and a lot of people don't like that. I say what I think. I don't lie. I say what I think.
Yeah. So listen, you're not always going to make friends like that, but you're gonna tell it the way it is.
So we have that in common. So when I felt like almost, I didn't say it out loud, but I thought it to myself, like, we got, like, when you do that with these two fingers, between your eyes, you and the next person, like, I felt like I'm feeling you on that, because he was talking about afterwards about how the critics don't like him,
right,
and they think of him as, like, that schlub from The Man Show, and I feel like the same way, it's like they'll just judge your work on you, and not on the actual work itself, and I was feeling him on that. Like, the movie was amazing. There was really no reason not to like that movie. It was just a good movie.
It was a great movie. Yeah. It was funny. It was well written. It was just, his acting was good.
Yeah.
Everybody's acting in the movie was great.
People are at home right now going, stop blowing so much fucking smoke up Adam's ass.
Hey, listen, I don't blow smoke up anybody's ass. If you don't deserve it, you're not getting it.
But the point is
it's got nothing to do with the fact that we work with the guy. I am a fan of his work because his work ethic speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Everything he has, he's earned it, and he does good stuff.
Well, what I was wanting to say...
He's 3 for 3 right now with us, right? We've watched 3 movies in his home.
He's done a good job.
That we just sat on his couch and watched these movies. But
the beginning of our podcast really is what's going on with us right now, and that's what's going on. Like, we're here in California right now. It's just me and Skip, no Joe, because we're here in our apartment in California.
Right.
And so that's what's going on in our life.
We're in the midst of filming Catch a Contractor. We'll be out here for another couple of months and finishing up, filming season 3, which is going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
We're looking to air it, I think, sometime in late June. We haven't gotten a final premiere date, but we will keep you guys posted. And
so anyway, by the time they're listening to this, it'll have aired anyway. So, but we're having a good time out here, and a lot of it has to do with what we're doing with Adam and all that. So
yeah, and again, to get back to the 3 for 3 thing, we've seen Road Hard, The Hammer, and of course the Newman documentary, and all 3 were awesome movies.
I like them all.
Yeah,
that's just my personal opinion.
So there you have it. So that's what's going on with us. That's what we did the last couple of days. Let's move on.
What the fuck? I have to get on a plane soon.
You do, yeah. Well, this happened last podcast we recorded too. We were recording like an hour before we had to get you to LAX and fly you back to New York. So what are we going to talk about? What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I have a what the fuck, and so do you.
I do. Right. All right. So I have a what the fuck that's in 2 parts. So do you want to go first? I'll keep mine short.
I know, you're so long-winded.
Well, sorry. I'm talking about the stuff that hopefully people.
No, what's your what the fuck?
My what the fuck is, I'm in the gym the other day, and anybody that spends any time in the gym knows there is a certain amount of gym etiquette that exists. You know, the things that you do and you don't do while you're in the gym.
Right. There's always like signs in the mirrors and
but you know, like if you spend any amount of time in the gym, there's certain things that you don't do, and you know, it's just like leaving your shit laying around the gym, leaving your water bottles on the machine, you know, racking up the whole bar with full of plates and then walking away from it, leave it loaded up, so the next guy that comes along now has to spend half of his workout removing your shit just to get to where he wants to be with his weight. But there's a couple things that really this week pissed me off in particular, and it made me say, what the fuck, dude? Really? What the fuck? Okay? I walk
did
up
you say it?
Yeah, I did. Okay. I was like, what the fuck, man?
What happened?
I'm in Gold's over in Venice, the Mecca of bodybuilding, and you know it's like one of my favorite places on the planet for a lot of reasons, but I love it when I go there. It's like therapy for me.
By the way, we met Arnold Schwarzenegger today. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. So when I go in there, it's like it's a therapeutic experience. You know, I love to train. It's like it's a time for me just to be, you know, do my thing, and nobody else can kind of fuck with that. You know, so don't interrupt that. Don't make it hard for me. So when I'm going through there, I come up to this one guy who's on the machine, and he's working hard, man. He's sweating. He's soaking wet. I mean, the guy's just dripping. And I can see he's just about done with the machine. I've kind of been watching from across the gym where I'm working out, and I'm waiting for him to get off this because the gym is a little crowded right now. So he gets up off the machine, and he walks away, and he walks out of the gym. And I walk up to the machine, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man? It is covered. I mean, like somebody took a bucket of sweat.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
There's no way that you could possibly sit on this thing without actually saturating your clothes with his nasty, smelly sweat, right? So now I gotta go. I gotta walk across the other side of the gym.
You have to leave the machine because meanwhile people cut in.
Exactly. I go across the gym to the paper towel machine on the wall with a spray bottle and I carry a towel with me in my bag, so if I'm sweating, I wipe the machine off. That's it's just common sense.
It's etiquette.
You don't leave the machine like that for the next person after you. I walk back to the machine to wipe the machine down, and somebody has already wiped it down, and now they're on it. And I'm like,
that blows.
I'm like, really? So I just explained to the guy what happened, and this is the next part of my what the fuck. I said, hey, man, I was waiting for that machine, and, you know, you mind, just let me jump in there for a couple of sets. And he's like, oh, I'm going to be done real quick, man. He's like, you know, I only have like 2 sets to do. Do you mind? Like, you know, I'm already on it. I just wiped it down. So I'm thinking, all right, the guy wiped the machine down.
No, you were fucking waiting for it.
I was waiting for that machine. I have a very specific routine that I do, and I wanted to stick to it. So, all right, I'm like, okay. So I go find something else to do for a second. And I figured, okay, the guy took the time, and he was the one that wiped down all the nasty sweat and whatever. And I'm like, all right, I'll give him the machine for 3 minutes. And I turn around, and I look back over there, and he's sitting on the machine texting.
Get the fuck out of here.
Don't sit on the machine, people, and text. Leave your fucking cell phone in the car or leave it in your gym bag.
Did you say something?
Yeah, I said something. I walked up to him, and that's when I said, what the fuck? That was the moment when I said, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, what? I'm like, dude, you just said you're going to be off the machine 2 quick sets. Well, you're sitting here, I'm watching you for 5 minutes now. You're texting. You haven't done 1 rep on this machine. He's like, relax, dude. He's like, you know, I'm just 1 second. I'm going to be done in a minute. Let me just finish my text. I'm like, no, get off the fucking machine, man. People are waiting for the machine. That's rude. You know? What the fuck?
That can get people kicked out of a gym like that, too.
You know, it's not even so much like kicked out of the gym. Everybody has cell phones. Everybody texts. It's part of what we do.
I can't believe he even tried to defend it.
No, he totally tried to defend it, and that's when I got pissed off. I'm like, listen, man, you know, that's not cool. All right? I wouldn't do that to anybody, and especially if I just told you and I knew you were waiting for it, and I kind of bumped you off of it, and I said, hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate you. Let me jump in here. Just let me jump in real quick, and I'll be off it, right? He sat there for a full maybe 5, I'm going to say 7 minutes and text. Didn't do 1 rep until finally I got so pissed off.
Listen, if that dude is listening right now, I just want him to know, fuck you.
Yeah, really, right?
What
Come
an
on,
asshole.
man. That right there is what the fuck worthy. And if anybody spends any amount of time in the gym, you guys will feel my pain. You know what I'm talking about. Have a little etiquette. Have a little common sense. be respectful to the other people in the gym.
I'm glad you said something.
Yeah, no, I did, because it just, a couple minutes went by, whatever. Somebody shoots you a quick text, you answer back real fast.
Was he, bigger than you? Or, where does he,
Nah, I don't...
Is he just, stupid? Where does he get the fucking nerve?
Bigger than me. It doesn't have
what made him think...
see, that's the point, though. It didn't have anything to do with that. It wasn't about, a power thing. It was just that he's the kind of person that just doesn't give a shit about anybody, probably in any aspect of his life. So he had no common sense enough to even have some respect for someone. So respect goes a long way. Common sense goes just as far, if not farther, Just use your head. And that's just common sense, man. Have some respect for the people around you. And that's my piece. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we've all been, if you've been to a gym, we've all been through shit like that. Where the whole discourtesy that goes on. People put weights, they don't put them back. They don't put the dumbbells. They leave them on the floor.
Yeah, people are animals, man. They're
slobs. The sweat, though, if you see your disgusting drips all over something that somebody else has to sit on, why?
I saw
would
a
you
dude
leave
on
it?
a treadmill with a Tupperware container, and he's eating rice, and he's walking on the treadmill, and he's eating rice with a plastic fork, and the rice
it had to be falling, right?
The grains of rice are flying off the fork. They're all over the treadmill. They're all over the control panel that you look at. His fingers are all greasy, so all the push button things are all greased and gacked.
Is this at Gold's?
He's on the treadmill.
At Gold's?
No, it wasn't at Gold's. It was a different gym.
Oh.
This back in New York. I've seen some really bad. Yeah, come on,
people
man.
really, they're just disgusting.
Who eats on a treadmill? Think about that. That's like a fucking oxymoron. It's that's the reason why you're on the treadmill.
I didn't even catch that part of the story.
That's the reason why you're on the treadmill. Shut your fucking pie hole. Stop eating. More movement, less eating.
Yeah. You know what I can't stand is when you ask somebody if you can work in. And they fucking say no.
Yeah.
Why not?
I know.
You need. First of all, the place is crowded. If they don't have a lot of equipment, it's sometimes.
Well, that's why I like going to to that particular gym. Gold has got it's a huge place. It's like the size of a Home Depot. But even then, it gets crowded. And while we're on this topic, just remind me of one more thing that's on the same flavor of having no respect. You're in the parking lot, packed parking lot. And you're waiting for someone to pull out of the spot, right?
Yeah.
And so you're backed up just enough so they can pull out of the spot. You give them room and they take off. And as soon as they back out, some other asshole comes from the other direction and pulls in your parking spot.
Yeah.
What? The fuck?
That happens everywhere.
Really?
The mall. Yeah.
See, now that right there,
no, that's.
I think that's some justifiable road rage right there. There's road rage. I don't think it's cool. Yes. I don't condone it.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I tell you that? Yeah. That is definitely worthy of road rage. And when I think I was about 22, and I was working at University Hospital,
right.
And they had a parking garage because it was the big hospital. And I remember that I was waiting for a parking spot. Somebody pulled out. Some other woman pulled in, and I sat there in my car in disbelief, and I was fucking sitting there waiting,
right.
And it just blows my mind that somebody would actually do that. So. She got out of her car and went to go, walk to work, and I said, I was waiting for that spot, and she was well, I don't remember what her response was.
Faster.
Yeah, I don't remember what her response was, but I said to her, really? Okay, you go now. You go on to work now. You leave your car here alone with me. You go right ahead. Go ahead. Go leave now. You leave your car alone now.
No.
Homegirl got back in her fucking car and got the fuck out of my spot. Bitch. You know what? Because don't be pulling that shit. And now that's right. You piss me off and you leaving me here alone with your car.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of that spot, dumbass.
That's just one of those things that you.
Oh yeah, you're taking a huge chance by doing shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if
you
I
don't leave somebody pissed with your car
if I
alone.
were to do that and then go back and wherever it was I was going to, walking into the restaurant or whatever, I would think wow.
Yeah.
You know what?
You can never rest.
I should probably go back out there and just stand guard over my car because someone's going to slash my tires, key the shit out of it, break a window, something, right?
Yep.
And you know what? I mean,
not worth it.
I don't condone any of that behavior, but listen.
But hey, the 22-year-old, that rage in me, I couldn't say what I would have done, but I had the result that I wanted.
Of course, you try to be the bigger person, and it's happened to me, and I drive away, and I've flipped a couple birds here and there, but. I try to keep my temper under control because that can get out of hand very quickly. But you get the wrong person that doesn't think like that.
You get your ass kicked.
You get
Absolutely.
shot. You get shot. We just saw it on the news just recently.
That happened.
A mother and daughter pulled up to a red light, and there's a guy, him and his friend are in a car right next to her in at the red light, and the guy got out of the car and shot them both. Killed the mother and critically injured the daughter. Shot them both through the car window. Shot up the whole car. And the cops were not far behind, I guess, down the block. Someone must have seen it happen. Anyway, the cops caught up with the guy. And they pulled him over. They shot the guy. I think that, they killed him. And the passenger that was in the car with him said that he flipped out because he turned his head and thought that the two girls were laughing at him. Thought that they were just making fun of him or whatever. Meanwhile, it's probably just his demented.
People know he's just really.
So, but that's my point. My point is, there's a lot of crazy people in the world.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so now,
you don't know who you're fucking with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So don't be stupid and have some common sense and don't jump in someone's parking spot because that could be you that gets shot up next time.
Yeah, when I was at the mall once, I was actually in the vehicle that I was leaving the parking spot, and two people were fighting over my spot. There's one on each side of you because, and depending on which way you cut the wheel, one of those waiters has the advantage.
Meanwhile, they're both inching up on you so much that you can't even back out of your spot.
Right, that's exactly what happened. So, had I, cut to the left, the person that was waiting on the right could get in, and vice versa.
Right.
This went on for 5 minutes because none of them would give me enough room to be able to get out because they wanted the advantage.
Yeah.
I pulled right the fuck back up into my spot, turned off the car, and went back into the mall. I was like, fuck this.
That's when you walk away and you flip the double bird.
I was like, I can definitely find some more shopping to do.
You walk away, left and right finger up in the air. Later.
Yeah. You guys work it out amongst yourself. I'm going back inside, and I got the sweetest parking spot here.
You'd be like, bye.
Exactly. I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, you two work that out. I'll see. I'm going back inside. You need another excuse to go shopping. Right? You know what? Thanks for helping me. I had a little bit of self-control, and I pulled myself out of the store before I maxed out the credit card. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go back and get that jacket. Thank you.
Yep. Oh, my God.
That's some funny stuff.
So I had a what the fuck. This is like an annual what the fuck. It's actually a multi-part what the fuck.
Do you mark it on your calendar?
No, but I'm reminded of it every year when I get an email from a coworker, it could be any coworker, who is now collecting money for the secretaries because it's Administrative Professionals Day.
Oh.
Okay, now this...
They have a fucking holiday for everything
now. I know, it's
bullshit. It's like the National Beer Day, or, it's like,
This goes back to... I remember when I was working in civil service, and... I was a personnel analyst, which nobody knows what the fuck that is. But basically, you're a personnel person working for a government entity doing personnel work for, it's civil service.
You're a personnel person doing personnel work.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's hard to explain. It's like, how like with civil service.
I had a hard time even saying that.
With civil service, there's you take a qualifying exam, and then they establish a list based on your score.
Right.
And then people they're going to canvass for these jobs. You start at the highest score, work your way down,
Gotcha.
So you establish a list. So there's a whole bunch of rules for government employment. So we are the ones who, me having been that position, maintained, that the people are doing it properly, that the schools and other government departments are hiring properly. So now there's a
holiday that's like honoring these people.
Well, it's a national administrative profession. It's not like a national holiday, but I'm saying everybody celebrates it in every type of job.
Isn't it like Secretary's Day or some shit like that?
Yes, but now the PC...
That's the short version of Secretary's Day?
It's PC version. It's like the same thing between flight attendant and stewardess. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the word, politically correct.
So you can't say stewardess anymore, right?
Well, I think older people still use the word stewardess. But anyway, so at that particular job, I was like middle. I had a boss.
Right.
And then there were the secretaries who did work their job. They weren't my secretary. It wasn't like I assigned them work. Their job was to do the clerical portion of the job as it pertained to the portion of my job. So now they're not my secretary, right? So I have a boss who gets a fucking gift on Boss's Day. Now there's Administrative Professionals Day, and they're supposed to get a gift. Where's the fucking middle guy day? Okay? So now, last week again.
So you're nobody's boss and you're nobody's secretary.
Exactly.
So you get
I get nothing. I just got to buy everybody gifts.
You get cheated out of the whole deal.
Yeah, and now that I'm with the department I'm with now, again, I've got a boss and there's secretaries in the office, and they're not my secretaries by any means. They don't do things for me in particular. They do things for the department. It's a special job. It's their job that they do.
Right.
They're not my secretary. So they're collecting money so that they can all go out to lunch, and to get them flowers and blah, blah, blah.
Well, yeah. Okay, so they weren't...
Where's the PO day? Where's my fucking flowers and lunch?
Where's your flowers? See?
It's like annoying because it's like there's never
I'll buy
a me
you
day.
flowers, honey.
I know.
Get you flowers.
I know. It's just the frustration that there's gifts for everybody up and below.
Right.
Where's my gift?
So what do we call
Where do I
that?
fill
Let's
in?
start a campaign. Let's do an internet campaign. But what do we call it? Do we call it like the middle guy day, or
Middle guy day.
middle guy day? Is that
Non-boss, non-secretary. Yeah, like we need to come up with a day where those people pool their money and give it something to us.
Well, there's tons of. I mean, really, every business has like middle management, right? Mm-hmm. So they're not secretaries and they're not bosses.
But if they're management, they're still above somebody, so they're getting a gift from somebody below.
Interesting.
Right?
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
I do.
This also leads me to another thing that's really pissed me off that I really...
Is this a part deux?
It's a part deux of what the fuck.
What the fuck? Okay.
What is the fuck?
I had a split what the fuck. So
You did. And
this is your part deuce?
Yes. You ever hear of the Sunshine Club? I never heard of it until I got with my civil service job.
It sounds familiar.
It's where they collect money from everybody in the office. It's like $2 a month you contribute to the Sunshine Club. And what the Sunshine Club does is when there's something that happens, like it's somebody's birthday or there's a death in somebody's family or somebody's sick and they're in the hospital, you take the money from the Sunshine Club and you'll like send the sick person flowers at their house if they just had surgery, or if somebody's having getting married, you'll use that money and get them from the office a gift card. Here, here's a wedding gift. It's pooled money that's used for different special occasions in the office.
Got it.
Right?
Now, so does your particular incident or thing that would qualify you to receive some sort of gift from the Sunshine Club? Does that rate, let's say there's more than one incident within a given period of time, and the Sunshine Club only has X amount of dollars in its fund, who gets that money?
No. Let me tell you who gets the money.
Is the guy whose mom just died, or the guy who just got a flat tire and needs like a new...
No. It's not like they don't get for a flat tire. It's for occasions.
You know what I mean?
Like celebratory or sympathetic occasions.
Okay, so somebody's kid gets married and somebody's mom dies. Who gets the money?
Now let me tell you who.
All right.
It's there's no fucking rule. It's based on whoever's like running the Sunshine Club. It's who they like. It's like
so
high school. I'm you know why I'm fucking angry? Because it's the same bullshit as high school with like the cliques and who likes you and who doesn't. Okay, right. It's like if you don't say, all right, I'm never having kids, right?
Right.
I'm past that point. I didn't want them. I'm not having them.
Okay.
I'm never having a baby shower. Right. So meanwhile, I've contributed to everybody else's baby shower. Great. So now what happens also, like back then before I was married, everybody else getting married, they're having a bridal shower. I never had one. By the way, I've been married twice. I've never had one effing bridal shower. See, I said effing for you, baby. I never had a bridal shower. Wow. Okay, then what happens now I've been married. Shower. Like I said, that's disgusting. What does that have to do with anything? Why would you say that?
I'm just playing.
Such an idiot.
Trying to lighten the mood.
No, it's not. It will not be lightened.
Like a golden shower to lighten the mood.
Let me tell you something. About the people in my present office.
What?
There's no lightening the mood. I'm already on a rant. I'm pissed. So listen to this. So when you and I got married, first we got married on TV on the show, right?
Yes. Yeah.
On the other show.
Yeah.
Nobody acknowledged shit.
Right.
Nobody said anything.
Right.
I'm like, I don't even think I got like a congratulations from maybe one person. Okay. Then we got married again.
Bastards.
Then we got married again after the show with the judge and our building. And again.
Well, so one was, let's clarify that. One was actually was part of a television production. It wasn't the day that we signed our wedding marriage license.
And that was only because my divorce wasn't final.
Marriage license and all that stuff. So it wasn't actually an official... But not everybody knew
that.
Right. So we actually had like a second day that was just for us that we got married in front of a judge.
Right. So we had 2 weddings, and not one person in my office had a shower or a gift or a They don't even say congratulations, right? It's because, like I said, who they like and who they don't. But let me tell you.
You're that bitch on TV.
Let me tell you something. Let me get my fucking rant out before I lose my head's going to explode. You know what kind of parties they have, though, in there? You know what they have?
What?
Grandma showers.
Grandma.
You know what a fucking grandma shower is?
I can't say that I do.
It's when your kid is having a baby and you're going to be a grandma.
Oh.
They threw a shower and gave gifts to the grandma. No congratulations for your wedding, but you get a grandma shower.
You get nothing.
Can I tell you, remember 2-3 years ago?
No soup for you.
Remember when I was in the hospital like 3 times that year? I had cancer, I had a hysterectomy, I had something else wrong with me. I was like really sick. I kept getting sick. Remember that?
Yeah. I remember well.
Do you remember me ever getting flowers? Or get well card even?
Some for me.
Do you remember me? Yeah, but from anybody. Now you know why I don't contribute to that shit. Because my opinion is, fuck everybody.
So there should no more Sunshine Club. It should be like the black and gloomy, cloudy day fund.
It's so discriminatory, and it's like, you know what? It's like, okay, so maybe I don't have a problem with anybody in the office. I've never been in a fight, never been in an argument. Everybody gets along. We're all friendly. People are friendly to me. I'm friendly back.
Right.
But my point is that what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Why how come my life events aren't worthy of sunshine money? It never has been, and that's why I stopped contributing.
Well, I think the sunshine has come to an end.
And you know what it's like? You remember there was an episode of Sex in the City? Sarah Jessica Parker went to this party. And,
no, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, well,
actually,
it was the same thing.
I didn't see any of them.
It was the same thing. I mean, like, I remember about 15, 20 years ago.
You tried to get me to watch that show. I've not fucking ever watched that show.
Well, ultimately what ends up happening is,
show.
if you don't get married and you don't have kids, you can, like, literally tally up thousands of dollars that you spent on all of your friends, none of which has been returned to you in any way, shape, or form, just because you haven't gotten married and had kids.
Right.
It's very unfair.
I get that. Yeah. See, guys don't deal with any of that shit. We don't buy each other's gifts. You know, we go out for beer every now and then, and that's it. You know.
No. People suck.
Yeah. It's all this stuff that you girls got to deal with. Right up on the list with tampons and what's the other shit you girls got to deal with?
Bras, I don't got to deal with tampons.
Bras and makeup and no, that's true. You don't.
I like makeup, and you like the bras.
I do. I like those bras. You know what I like about them most?
The boobies in them?
When they're off. I like to take it off.
Do you remember what that time when I said to you, I said, oh, look, I got a coupon. I said, Victoria's Secret has underwear at 30% off. And what you said?
No. What did I say?
I like them when they're 100% off.
Ah, that's right. I did not remember that. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was quick.
Cute.
Yeah, I do. I like them when they're 100% off.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the bed.
Yeah.
Along with the rest of your clothes. Sexy bitch.
Yeah. Hey, Tina, we only have a couple minutes left because I do have to get dressed and we have to get ready to go to the airport. But I was thinking, have you used any new products lately or anything that you found like wowed you or that you wanted to share?
Yeah, so actually we have on the show we were talking about Klein tools. If any of you guys are in the trades or even for homeowners, if you want a really good set of hand tools, Klein makes an excellent set of, and they make everything from pliers to screwdrivers to electrical tools, all different trade specific tools. And they make a really, really good set of hand tools. So if you guys are looking for great quality stuff, go out and look at Klein. You can find them in Home Depot. You can find them in a lot of different hardware stores. True Value, I think, may or may not carry them.
I've never heard of that. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. We talk about them on the show all the time. In fact, the other day I was on Ace on the House, which is Adam Carolla's other podcast, the Home Improvement Show with Ray Oldhaffer, and we always have a great time when I get on that show. The two of those guys, we have a bunch of laughs. We take calls from people and ask questions and advice on home improvements and stuff. And one of the things we were talking about, actually one of the sponsors for the show was Klein Tools. So if you guys want a really good set of hand tools, you need a good pair of pliers, go out and check.
You like that? You like them, those tools?
I do. I have a bunch of them. Yeah, I have a bunch of Klein in my collection. Oh. So, really good quality stuff. I highly recommend Klein Tools. That's my Skip's Tips of the day.
Oh. Well, I have an obsession that I wanted to share. Lately, my obsession, since I've been on like dieting like crazy because I'm really trying to...
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Alison has a obsessive personality. So she goes usually on a daily or weekly thing, and she's completely overwhelmed and overtaken with whatever it is that she's obsessing on.
Yeah, that's my focus.
All right, so go ahead.
So I've been really serious about losing weight and eating healthy, eating smaller portions and all that. And my obsession lately has been making healthy but delicious cookies. Things that are like gluten-free or wheat-free, sugar-free, naturally sweetened things. Things that have all good ingredients, that don't have flour in them, that taste delicious. But this is, and I've been finding a lot of recipes online and then tweaking them myself. But this is an awesome tip that I have.
So it's like you feel like you're having like something like a treat, but it's not really bad for you.
Absolutely. Okay. It's delicious, and you're like doing no harm by eating it.
I'm feeling you.
Yeah. So this is my tip, though. This is the thing that I really am happy to have discovered. I love chocolate chip cookies or like oatmeal chocolate chips, something with chips in it.
Right? Who doesn't like a good chocolate chip cookie?
Right. But chocolate chips have sugar in them, and you will be very hard-pressed to find sugar-free chocolate chips. I did find 2 different brands online. I found Hershey's has sugar-free chocolate chips. I found them on Amazon, but they're ridiculously expensive. I also found some other brand on some other website. Never heard of the brand. Don't even know if they taste good.
When you say ridiculously expensive, what does like a really good quality, expensive chocolate chip go for?
The bag, it was like... it was like in...
No concept at all of it.
No, it was like an 8-ounce bag, a 6 or an 8-ounce bag. It wasn't a big bag.
Right.
And it was something like between $8 and $10. Oh. And it even went higher depending on who the seller was. Yeah, and it was very expensive. So this is my cool tip. Trader Joe's has these chocolate bars. They have dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and they are absolutely delicious. They're sugar-free chocolate bars. I buy the chocolate bars.
I know there was such a thing.
They're delicious.
Sugar-free chocolate bar.
Yeah,
okay.
And they're only at Trader Joe's. I don't know where if they sell this brand. They're not Trader Joe's brand, but everybody can find a Trader Joe's, and they're only like $2 a bar, and it's like a decent sized bar.
Right.
I buy those
I've seen
bars.
It's a big bar, and you can break off the squares.
Yeah, and it does not taste sugar-free. There's no aftertaste. They're just delicious. I've been taking those chocolate bars and chopping them up into chunks and using those as chocolate chips in all of my healthy sweet snacks. That way my cookies still remain sugar-free and have all awesome ingredients and are delicious.
Yeah, you've been making some really good cookies. I don't know what all you got going on inside of them and stuff. All I know is that they're good.
Yeah.
And you know I'm not a dessert guy, cake and all that stuff. I could totally do without all of it.
Yeah.
But I got to say, when you put that in front of me, it's pretty hard to resist.
Yeah,
and the fact that you told me that they're good and they're not going to mess up my diet is like, okay, now I need to have 20 of them. So
me too.
That kind of changes the whole...
Well, no, because I have a sweet tooth.
I think that anything that, if you have too much of anything, it's going to be...
Oh, yeah. I need something sweet every once in a while, and it's really delicious, and it's not bad for you. I mean, it's like it's the perfect thing. So that is my I'm so happy about those chocolate bars because it's the perfect substitute for sugar-free chocolate chips.
I love it. And my tip on your tip is that just because something is sugar-free or low-cal, it doesn't mean that you should eat 100 of them because we've
been eating in moderation.
You'll still gain weight.
Moderation
is the key.
Yeah, you've been looking so good. You're working so hard getting big.
Man.
You're getting big, and I'm hopefully getting smaller.
I'm trying. So real quickly, with that, let's wrap it up. Gold's Gym today, we ran into Arnold Schwarzenegger. So how fucking cool is that? Oh my God!
Yeah.
I ran into him last week at Gold's in Venice, and he's in there like every week on Sundays, evidently. And I see him, but I never want to ask for a picture. And I've said this a million times on other podcasts. I see a million people in that place, and I never want to ask for pictures. I don't want to be that guy, right? I don't want to be the annoying fucking guy. You don't need a picture.
And you missed him last week, right?
I did. Well, yeah, no, I spoke with him and I said, would you mind? I said, I really don't want to interrupt you. I said, could I take a quick picture? And he goes, yeah, after I get done working out. And I was with my trainer for an hour doing my session. So as it went by, I just missed him. Like he left, he must have snuck out the bed. Whatever, he's got a million people after him trying to get a picture. So, and I get it. So this time, today, we saw him and you were with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, your mission of the day was what?
To spy on him to make sure that he was still in the gym, and if he was going to leave, to make sure that I saw, because we think that there's a secret tunnel outside of Gold's Gym.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of celebrities that train in that gym.
And you never see them leave.
Many times you see them come women, but you don't see the women. So you got to wonder, because sometimes the press outside, there's TMZ, there's whoever. So I got a feeling there's got to be a back way out of that place, like a speakeasy trap door or some shit.
Yeah. So he was on the equipment, and it was like mind blowing to see him. You know,
sick, right? Yeah, it was like surreal looking at him,
absolutely
right?
that, yeah.
I have looked at that guy, like posters of him, or like movies, like you know, he's been such a huge inspiration to me my whole life.
His movie posters wallpapered my dorm rooms. I carried them from dorm room to dorm room, and it was all Arnold and some of Jean-Claude Van Damme,
who I also met the other day in Gold's Gym. Yep.
Yeah,
he was cool too.
Yeah, he was nice. So Arnold eventually started to leave the gym. Let's just wrap this up, because it was as quick as the story is. He was going to leave quickly.
Oh yeah, he was making a quick beeline for the door.
And we saw somebody else go to take a picture with him, and he was letting them. So we were like, okay, now we know that he's good with it. So we ran right over to him, and we're like, oh, can we take a picture with you now? And
so I had already asked him earlier, so I kind of feel like hopefully he's going to remember me. I was probably one of 100 people that asked for a picture. So he looked at me and he's like, yeah, come on. So I turned and I kind of put my arm around him as if to pose for the picture. Now, your job was supposed to be take the picture, and then all of a sudden I see you on the other side of him with your,
but we had given your
head on him, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So
So I
put my arm around him. I'm smiling. I'm like, where the hell is Alison with the camera?
And then
I
Arnold
look on the other side of him, is massive man. And I look on the other side of him, I see your head is on his shoulder. And I'm like, what are you doing? So he reaches over to me in my ear and he goes, where's the camera? I said, Arnold, can we take a picture? Where's the camera? There was a half a second that if the camera...
he would have turned around and laughed.
If the camera was not taking pictures in that half a millisecond, he would have been like, bye.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh my God, who's got the fucking camera?
Oh my God, it's right here.
Thank God Pedro was standing right there, my trainer, Pedro Barone. Awesome trainer, I love him. And he had your camera.
Yeah.
And so how cool is that? Because you got to be in the picture too, which I was so happy about.
You look so good, and Arnold looks so good, and I look like dog shit, but I am happy to be in the picture.
You always say the same thing.
I did. It was a horrible picture of me. I look like
come on.
I do.
Listen, we're in a picture with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was just great to see him there. We spoke to him a little bit.
I rested my head on his shoulder.
You did. It was.
And then when I gave him, when he was turning around to leave, I wanted to give him a thank you pat on the back. I kind of grabbed his steak, his lat steak.
Oh yeah, he's just.
It was like I patted it, and it was like a big hunk of meat hanging off.
Yeah, he's got the biggest back in the business.
Yeah, I touched it. It's kind of I got like a good. Yeah, I felt it. I felt him up a little bit. His little lat steak.
I touched it.
Yeah. Oh, and with that being said, I have to get dressed. I get my pants. Oh my! You know what? We have to go
You're
right
sitting
now.
here doing this whole podcast in your lingerie, which is awesome. Thank you very much.
You have to get dressed, and we have to be out the
bra
door.
And panties.
We have to be at the airport in 10 minutes, actually. So thank you, everybody,
Thanks
so
for
much
listening,
for listening.
guys. We will catch you next time.
I love you so much. Thank you again. Bye-bye.
Later.
This is Corolla Digital.